Welcome everybody to Tropical Weather Update. It is Saturday evening, July the 6th, 2024, and this is a special update related to what is now Tropical Storm Beryl, soon to become Hurricane Beryl, in the Gulf of Mexico, bearing down tomorrow on the central coast of Texas. Let's go right to it. Let's look at the latest satellite imagery. I think this is band 12 of the clean infrared shot, and you can see a fairly well organized symmetrical tropical storm. Does not yet have an eye or an eye wall, but it looks organized, and it is strengthening and likely will become more organized overnight and become a category 1 or possibly even a minimal category 2 hurricane by landfall tomorrow. Let's go ahead and look at the public advisory from the National Hurricane Center at 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It has maximum sustained winds of 60 miles an hour, so it's getting stronger. It has central pressure of 997 millibars. A hurricane warning is now in effect from the Texas coast, from Baffin Bay on the south end to Sargent on the north end. This is the official National Hurricane Center track. That red area is the hurricane warning area, and as you can see, it has all of the statistics here. If you're tracking, the center is located at 23.9 north, 93.0 west, and it looks like 1 a.m. Monday it is going to be very close to the coast of Texas. So we are talking about potentially a landfall somewhere really early Monday morning, maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Monday morning. So you still have tomorrow to prepare if you live in this area, but you need to be getting preparations closer to completion now that a hurricane warning is in effect. Let's skip this for now. Let's look at the model guidance. This is from tropicaltidbits.com. The models are fairly in consensus, and I'm going to show you on a Google Maps where this area is that you're seeing, because this is kind of a wide view. If you look at Google Maps, we're really looking at, and let me draw this out, somewhere from the Sargent area down to Corpus Christi is the most likely area of landfall of this storm, again on Monday, early Monday morning. However, the track has been shifting northward. So if I were anywhere from Jamaica Beach, really all the way to about this area, that's where I would expect the landfall to occur. But I'm going to show you on some models where they really expect it to occur based on all the model guidance. Looking at the models, it's really the Matagorda Bay area. From Matagorda to Port O'Connor is the current forecast as to where the storm should make landfall. That being said, again, yesterday it was somewhere down here, so we're seeing it shift here. If it continues to shift, we'll have to update this, so you're not out of the woods if you live in Houston or in Galveston, Texas. They're not in the hurricane warning. The hurricane warning starts right here in Sargent and moves and is southward, but at the end of the day, the forecast models are shifting further to the east, further to the north, so you want to be prepared if you're anywhere from Galveston further south on the Texas coast. Let's look at some of these models. This is the HAFS-B model. This is from tropicaltidbits.com, and I give credit to this in the description of my video. Let's take a look at where it has it. Again, right around that Matagorda Bay area as a 973 millibar hurricane. The HWRF model, also from tropicaltidbits.com, has it also around 971 millibars, so it's in agreement as to the intensity, and the location may be a little bit further south than that, but I can't really tell because this is a further zoomed out view. And then the other model I have is the NAM model. This is from Pivotal Weather, and it has a little weaker at 982 millibars, but also around the Matagorda Bay area. So that's really the consensus. If you're just going to go based on what the current modeling is saying, Matagorda is about where it's expected to make landfall. Me, using common sense, seeing that the track has shifted further north and to the east over the past 24 hours, I would maybe even shift that a little bit further to the east Not quite as far as Houston, but Houston is not out, and Galveston is not out of the potential of a landfall, but it's probably going to be a little bit south of there. Matagorda, again, showing on this map. From an intensity standpoint, though, it's interesting to see those. I don't have it listed here. The intensity guidance has it as a Category 1 hurricane, but 971 millibars is generally considered a Category 2 hurricane. The Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale doesn't usually look at it in terms of pressure, but I did some research, and 980 millibars is usually about the lowest pressure in a Category 1 hurricane. When you're down to 970, you're really looking at a weak Category 2 hurricane. So you cannot rule out in this situation a Category 2 hurricane, especially since the storm does look more organized than they expected, and it already has 60-mile-an-hour winds, and we are still quite a ways out from landfall, and the storm is moving over favorable conditions. It's very warm water in the Gulf of Mexico, and the wind shear is decreasing, and there's really no expectation that a large amount of wind shear is going to occur between now and landfall. That being said, these storms usually have a life cycle. This was a Category 5 hurricane, I believe. Yeah, it was. And they don't usually regenerate to the same strength after they've already gone over land and weakened. So I don't expect this to be a Category 3 or 4 hurricane, but I don't think you can rule out a Category 2 hurricane in this situation based on the location and what it looks like on the satellite presentation right now. All right, that's my update. I hope this gives you some additional information that maybe you haven't gotten from other sources. If you don't mind, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't, and share it if you have somebody that lives in this area that might benefit from some of this information. Obviously, keep an eye, if you live in this area, on your local TV stations, on the Weather Channel or internet sources. And the National Hurricane Center and Tropical Tidbits is a great resource for information on these storms with the tracks, especially, and the model tracks. He puts it right on there, like I showed you. You know, this is really a great graphic that you can't find these in very many places. So this is tropicaltidbits.com. It's a great website. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and be safe, everybody, and keep an eye on Tropical Storm and soon to be Hurricane Beryl. Thank you. Have a great Saturday night.